What is going on, everybody? American Football Network here, and we are live. We got the Bengals Giants Sunday Night Football as the Bengals had it on 3rd and 11, and Joey Burrow is taking off on the ground. There he goes. He's going to go all the way. A huge 47-yard rushing touchdown for Joe Burrow, and the Bengals are on the board. Up 7 or 6-0. The extra point from McPherson on the way. It's up and it's good. The Bengals are up 7-0 on the Giants. What a play there from Joe Burrow to scramble for about 50 yards and a touchdown. You don't see that every day from Burrow, not at all. As he just got out and made something happen with the 47-yard touchdown run. My fantasy team appreciates that as I got him in fantasy. They appreciate that. So big play from Joe Burrow has the Bengals out in front early. Also, I didn't even think about it. McPherson is my kicker, so that's nice as well. Which I'm going to win. I'm going to win either way. Got a 99% chance of winning. Outscoring the dude 131-100. I have Burrow, McPherson, and Slayton playing in this game. And then I have Kincaid, who's going to play tomorrow. This dude only has Breece Hall playing tomorrow, and he's already down 31. So if I lose, then I will never play fantasy football again. That would be the craziest comeback ever. But what a play from Joe Burrow to get us started. What a play as he has really struggled through the air so far in this one. Now, granted, he's only thrown 3 passes, but he's 1 for 3 for 11 yards. Hasn't looked the greatest. But great play from him on the scramble. As we got Anthony from Sorgy Stories in here. How you doing, man? Was live with him for the first half of Cowboys Lions, and then the internet went completely out, and just now finally got it back up and going. So hopefully it'll stay on. We'll see. We'll see if it goes out again. But we're joined by Michael from the College Football Podcast. How you doing, man?
Not so great since 11 p.m. last night.
Yeah, tough loss for the Buckeyes, 32-31, Oregon on top. But hey, it's a long season. We got a 12-team playoff. That loss isn't going to hurt you at all.
We'll get them again in the Big Ten
as
championship.
Ohio State. What's that?
We'll get them again in the Big Ten championship anyhow. As long as we beat Penn State, we'll get again in the Big Ten championship.
Possibly, but I mean, you look. There's some teams who are making some noise right now in the Big Ten. I mean, even Indiana's ranked 16th. I don't think it's going to be an easy ride, but I think it's one that Ohio State can manage. You still gotta. You still have some tough games left on the schedule. I mean, you get Nebraska. You get a bye week, and then you get Nebraska at home, but you got to go on the road to Penn State. Purdue at home, you'll be a top 5 team, so that one's always a little scary, just with how Purdue plays against top 5 teams. On the road at Northwestern isn't going to be as easy as people would think. And then Indiana at home, Michigan at home to close it out. So it's going to be a tough next stretch of games for Ohio State. Oregon kind of started it, but Ohio State's good enough to get it done. But nonetheless, the Bengals up 7-0 early on in this one, as the Giants are taking over with the football.
Daniel Jones first
and
pass
on the first play of their drive, they fought Darius Slayton for an 11-yard pass.
I will add on to that. Will Howard pulled a Dak Prescott.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And I will say,
he feels terrible.
Will Howard, he actually had a great game. It wasn't his fault that Ohio State lost this game. That game, I should say.
It had nothing to do with the offense. With that defense that you have, if you score 31 points and lose a game, it has no blame on the offense. That game's on the defense 100%.
And he didn't even turn the ball over
As
once.
Daniel Jones on 1st and 10 is way overthrown, terrible pass.
Browns are bringing Nick Chubb back next week versus the Bengals, by the way.
Yeah, Browns. Maybe you need to switch and become a Bengals fan.
Probably.
Maybe you need to start cheering for the Bengals.
At this point, we just need to tank and take Cam Ward or somebody like that out of the draft since we got a first-round pick again this year.
Yeah.
But knowing the Browns, I'd probably take Travis
Enjoy
Hunter or somebody like that instead of quarterback.
NLCS. Yeah, the NLCS. That's what I'm probably going to be turning on at halftime of this one is Mets Dodgers. There's something special about the playoff baseball when the sun sets in LA. Pick an Oregon
And
Penn
Giants off the
State
punt.
championship game with Oregon winning. It's possible. It's possible.
Giants at the punt.
Yep, Giants not able to do anything with the football, and they're going to have to
And I
punt.
will say, unfortunate news on the injury front. Ohio State's left tackle, Josh Simmons, who went down, got carted off the field during the game, is out for the rest of the season.
Man. Well, speaking of injuries, prayers up to Aiden Hutchinson. That was a terrible injury in the Cowboys-Lions game. Hopefully he's going to be all right. I think they've already – I mean, if you watch the video, you know, pretty sure broken fibula for him, and
I have not seen it yet.
that's just crushing.
I have not
Yeah,
watched any NFL today yet, so.
It was a pretty bad injury. His whole, shin snapped in half. It was rough. So hopefully hopefully he'll make a full recovery. I would imagine this is probably a season-ending injury. Best case scenario, he's probably not back until the very end of the season or sometime in the playoff. But hopefully he's gonna make a good recovery and come back strong and still have a good career ahead of him because he's so young and so talented. He's been lighting it up. As a holding on the Bengals on the punt, as that'll back them up 10, and they will take over when we get back. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys in just a moment.
All right, we are back. Joe Burrow from his own 3-yard line takes snap, hands it off up the middle, lost a yard.
So did you happen to catch that Joe Burrow run on the opening
Yeah,
drive?
I was turning the TV on right when they were in the middle of that play.
Yeah, I turned it on right as he took the snap, and I never thought that was definitely not on my bingo card. Joe Burrow 50-yard rushing touchdown. Maybe Daniel Jones. We've seen him get out and make some big runs before, but not
Also,
Joe Burrow. We
do you
we don't
agree with?
usually.
Well, go ahead.
I would say we don't usually see Burrow get out and run like that.
Do you? While we have a little break and play here, do you agree with the new top four?
I think it's good.
I myself, I know I might sound a little biased because I'm an Ohio State fan, but I think it's a good thing to keep Ohio State over Georgia just due to the fact that Georgia was getting blown out by Alabama the whole first half, and Ohio State was with Oregon all game long.
Well, not only that, Georgia should have lost to Kentucky. A bad call on a pick six saved them in that one. And then against Mississippi State, they played them close. And like I said, Mississippi State's probably the worst team in the SEC. 3rd and 1 for Cincinnati now from their own 11.5-yard line. Burrow takes the snap, looks to throw, and he's going to get sacked. No, he stays alive. He's in the end zone. He just throws it away. Smart play. I don't know how he stayed up from that sack, but the Bengals going to have to punt. Giants defense did a good job. Ojolari getting in there, forcing the pressure, and that is going to force a punt and will make up the Giants, who was a pretty good field position. Yeah, tibia, not fibula. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the bones. I just know those two are similar, and I happen to see it. Yeah, at a Dallas hospital right now. I know. That's the most painful. I mean, get hit in the shin by we hit our shins on like the
Well,
the
I
like the bed frame, and people fall on the floor. Is it hurts. It hurts. So I can't imagine breaking that bone right there.
I've witnessed
I would say either
one of
that
those.
one or probably the femur is probably the most painful injuries a person can suffer. So hopefully Hutchinson will be okay. Um, yeah,
I've
I
witnessed
agree. I
that.
mean, is Penn State better than Ohio State? We don't know yet. I mean, we haven't seen them play, obviously, but you have your own opinion. But at the end of the day, the fact is Penn State's unbeaten. Ohio State has a loss, so I agree. I think the top four is perfect. And like I said, these rankings don't really matter. All these teams are going to play. It's going to work itself out. So like a lot of Clemson fans mad because Clemson's at 10 right now, but like we got more games to play. We didn't move because we beat Wake Forest, and Iowa State jumped us for beating unranked West Virginia. So a lot of people are upset. Well, we should have moved up at least a spot, and they think Alabama should have dropped. But at the same time, it's like it doesn't really matter. Just keep winning games and you keep moving up. That's how it works. As a good punt from the Giants, from the Bengals, will set the Giants up
I will
with pretty
say
solid field position when we get back from break. But we're going to take a quick ad break with you guys, and we'll be right back with you in just a moment.
All right, we're back here. Daniel Jones in the shotgun. Wide receiver in motion. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle for about a yard.
Oh, so didn't ask you already. What is your? I know we already got a touchdown. So, but what is your score prediction for this game? I don't remember the spread. I think it was Bengals -4.5. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's what the spread was. What do you think? What's your score prediction?
As of right now, I would say Bengals 31, Giants 10. For my prediction.
Bengals -3.5. Okay. Sorry, Michael. I don't know if that was my internet or yours, but I didn't catch what you said there at the end. I heard Bengals 31, but I didn't catch anything after
Bengals
that.
31, Giants 10.
Okay. Yeah, I had a similar score. I said Bengals. I was gonna go Bengals 38, Giants 13. That was mine. So pretty similar
But
there.
there's
I
a
got a
flag.
little bit higher score, but pretty similar on that one.
Yeah, fibula injuries are not very fun. I witnessed one in recess football before, so.
Yeah, I watched my one of my best friends break his femur in a flag football game, and we were like 10. That wasn't good at all. Tampa Air, nice to have you in here, man. What's going on? Who you cheering for today, and who you think's going to win? And let us know. As holding on the Bengals, and that gives the Giants automatic first down. DJ Turner called for the
45, and
flag
Buckner for
there.
7-yard pickup. I will say, as we were talking about earlier, the plus if you're Ohio State, it's not the end of the world because of the 12-team playoff.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the same that's the same thing for me as a Clemson fan. We got blown out by Georgia week 1. Last year, we probably would have been done in terms of chances at a playoff and national championship. But this year, that game didn't even matter for either team. It didn't matter who won that game. Only thing that game was for is just the fact of bragging rights, because the schools are an hour apart. That's literally all that game mattered. It had nothing about that game mattered in terms of playoff and getting in. Now, it helps your case if you're the team that won and you don't win your conference, certainly to get it to make a case as resume to get in as an at-large bid. But neither team needed that game to get in. Let's see, random college football question here. Could SMU finish 11-1 remaining games at Stanford, at Duke, versus Pitt at home, at Boston College, at Virginia, and get Cal at home to end the season? When I look here, I think they beat Stanford and Duke. Pitt's one that's up in the air. I think they could beat Pitt. Not only that, I believe that game is right before Clemson goes to Pitt. So you might catch Pitt looking forward ahead to the Clemson game. I think that's a winnable game for them. I think that one's like a 50-50, though. I could see that one going either way. At Boston College, again, a 50-50 game, especially if Castellanos is fully healthy, as he struggled to be these last few weeks. I think Boston College could out-physical them, and SMU could have a tough time stopping them, but I also think BC is going to have a tough time stopping that SMU offense. That's another 50-50 game. I think Virginia is a 50-50 game. I think Virginia is a solid football team. I'm a little nervous myself as a Clemson fan. We get Virginia this week and then a bye week next week. Now, we get them at home, which certainly helps. But could we be looking ahead to the bye week? It's possible. Not likely, but it's possible. it could be something that we look past. So I think versus Pitt at Boston College at Virginia is going to be a tough stretch. I think 10-2 is more likely. I think they win 2 of those 3 games. I think they win the other 3. I think 10-2 is more likely. But if SMU finishes 11-1, and if they get to that Boston College game and they're undefeated, you might see Miami or Clemson drop a game because all of a sudden there's a lot of pressure on you because there hasn't really been anybody that's threatened either of them in terms of making a push for the ACC championship. But if you get there, now all of a sudden the talk is, hey, you drop a game, SMU could be in.
Daniel Jones just threw a pick.
Neither
Sorry
of the 3 teams at the top would have
15,
played
20,
each other. Neither of
and
them
return to the 27. That's where the Bengals have it.
Yeah, you knew Daniel Jones would make a mistake at some point in this game. Hurts the Giants for sure that it's so early, especially on a good drive. I mean, worked it all the way down the field. But yeah, it's since neither of the 3 teams have played each other, it's possible that I don't really know what the next tiebreaker would be for the ACC conference, but definitely possible that that you get that scenario where they could all 3 be potentially tied. So it'll be something to watch. It'll be something to watch for sure. As the Bengals with the interception, like Michael said, and they return it to their own 27. That's where we'll have the ball back. But Joe Burrow still struggling there, 205 for 19 yards, but does have that big 47 yards and a touchdown. As the offense for the Giants didn't look too bad moving it down the field. I mean, Daniel Jones, 6 of 10 for 62 yards with the pick on that drive. Obviously throws a dent in. I mean, added in 6 of 9 for 62 yards, and you kick the field goal, you feel a lot better. But throws the interception. The Giants still looking for that first home win on the season. They come in at 2-3. Surprisingly, though, they have a better record than the Bengals, who are coming in at 1-4. But the Bengals have also always been a second half team in terms of the season. So it's something to watch for sure, as the Bengals could really turn it around and surprise some people if you count them out. And I wouldn't doubt if they to make some noise and catch a lot of people off guard.
College related question for you quick while we're on ad break here. More of an overreaction, underreaction. I should say overreaction, not an overreaction question. People are saying Ohio State should fire Jim Knowles after that Oregon game. To me, that is a overreaction. Just wondering what you thought about that.
I don't think so. I think he's done a good job. I think he does a good job. I wouldn't fire him over that. I mean, you put in a link. I think it's just as dumb as the Clemson fans saying fire Brent Venables after the LSU national championship. I mean, yeah, you gave up a lot of points, looked pretty bad defensively, but like he's a great defensive coordinator. At the time, he was the best defensive coordinator in the country. It's like you don't fire him just because of one bad game. As I'm looking up the ACC tiebreakers right now. The teams with the 2 best winning percentages, in conference play. Case of a 2-team tie for the second best win percentage. The first move is head-to-head competition. Obviously, neither of the 3, because I forgot to. I forgot SMU loss wants to be why it's not a conference loss, so they're unbeaten in the conference. They're unbeaten in the conference. So if they win out, Clemson wins out, Miami wins out, then they're all three tied. Together.
Tipped
So if
and
you look at
incomplete.
competition, the next is winning percentage against all opponents. Well, it would all these
You're breaking up
teams that
like
they play
crazy.
because Clemson and Miami played out of Houston, BYU. So you would have that. You would move on to the
Just a
then
heads
it
up.
percentage. Let's see.
I cannot hear a thing you're saying right now.
Percentage
It's so broken up.
Process. Um, so
And Chase Brown tackled after gaining what?
okay, so the next step, the next step of it will be conference highest who played the toughest schedule. I don't know who would be better, Clemson or Miami. Miami on all three would be bad, so none of them are safe. None of them would be safe. It's not like Miami would just be number one. Neither of the three would be safe. So that would be something to watch for.
Just a heads up. Don't know if you saw what I sent you there, but you're there for like the past minute and a half. We're breaking up like crazy. I heard like 2 words you said, and that was it. Just a heads up. Third and 3 for Joe Burrow. Takes the snap, hands it off, and they lose like 4 yards. Who's that? I don't know. Burns. Well, that explains it. He's on the
Can you hear me?
Giants.
Can you hear me better now?
Yep.
Can you hear me better now? All right.
Yes.
Yeah, Anthony, I realized that after the whole thing that I was reading 2-team tiebreaker, not the 3-team tiebreaker. Yeah, that one's on me. All around sports, what's going on, man? It has been a while. Good to see you back in here. Good to have you back.
We'll go. We'll take an ad break as we're at the end of the first quarter.
Yep, we'll in just a moment.
All right, we are back here for the start of the second quarter. As we're flying around in a library of some sort. I don't know what that is, but we're going to start the second quarter with a punt from the Bengals. Clean punt, no pressure, and it'll be a fair call at the 14, and that's where Daniel Jones and the Giants will start. Daniel Jones printing dimes. Oh, talking about his contract extension. His extension might be worse than Deshaun's.
Yeah, I think I saw a stat since getting that contract extension, he's throwing more touchdowns or he's throwing more pick sixes, so more touchdowns to the other. He has his own.
1st and 10 for New York. Oh, so you got somebody talking about Notre Dame that you might be interested in that. It'll be Daniel Jones on the keeper, close to first, has the first down out to his own 28.
Merriweather at Cal. Yep, transferred to Cal. And let me look up his stats, but I believe he's having a pretty solid year for him.
Well, Cal
I haven't
almost
watched a whole
upset
lot of
Pitt.
Cal football.
Oh, yeah, speaking on college football quick, does that loss for Ole Miss take them out of the playoffs?
Should have took him out of the top 25.
Jones under center, play action, back to pass, looking, and he's taken down for the sack. Hendrickson with the sack for Cincinnati. I wish I could say that about Ohio State last night, that they actually got a sack.
Actually, no, I was thinking of Hunter for Cal. Matthews for Cal. Merriweather doesn't even have a catch on the year, I don't think. Nah. Yeah, he doesn't even have a catch for him. He hasn't even got in.
2nd and 19, Jones, QB draw. Up the middle, picks up 10, plowing over guys, picks up about 14. That'll be 3rd and 9. So never mind, that wasn't 14 yards. That was about 12. 3rd and 8. Daniel Jones in the shotgun, tied into motion. Adjusting the play. Take snap, back to pack, pressure, right in the space immediately, looking, firing downfield, and overshot his receiver, Hyatt. He was wide open. Never mind, that was not Hyatt. Looked like Hyatt. BJ Hill applying the pressure. Robinson, the rookie, the intended receiver. You got to hit that throw, though, if you're Daniel Jones. That's a throw that you got to make on the NFL level.
Especially against the team who is better than you and already beating you right now, you have to make those plays if you want a chance at winning this football game.
He'll return it to the 25, cutting back. He's to the 30, and he'll be brought down to there, and that's what the Bengals will start after about a 12 to 15-yard punt return. And we will take an ad break. I will say quickly while we're on ad here, what was your most shocking win of the day? Or most shocking game of the day for the NFL this week?
I would say the Bears-Jags game this morning. I mean, I think that I knew the Bears had a chance to win just because the Jaguars haven't been playing great, but I didn't expect them to come out and beat them like that.
For me, it's the Lions and Cowboys.
I'm not really
And
surprised by that
basically
one,
for the
just
same
from what the
reason.
Saints have done to the Cowboys, what the Ravens did to the Cowboys. I mean, at this point, the Cowboys just get blown out by everybody.
Except the Browns.
Yeah, except the Browns.
The Browns are the team that gets blown out by everybody. Hey, at least we'll get one win this year, so we won't go on 17. Where's the paper bags at? Did Florida State win last weekend? Yesterday?
What was that?
Did Florida? Hold on. Let me.
Did Florida State win yesterday?
Yeah.
Florida State was on a bye week yesterday. They got to go on the road to Duke next week.
Well, I'll ask you this. As we're
Got
coming
to go to
back here,
Duke on a Friday night. Got to go to Duke on
that'd
a
be an
Friday night.
interesting game.
Yeah, for sure.
It's,
And speaking of like ACC teams, Duke is another one. I mean, they're 5-1 on the year. They only lost to Georgia Tech. So that'll be something to watch.
Burrow back to pass, looking all day to throw, still looking, trying to escape back to his own 15, evading guys, and just throws it in the dirt. And talking about potential grounding here. And there's a flag down. Pierce are going to call grounding on Joe Burrow. SMU Miami in an ACC championship. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how good of a game that one would be. That one would be hard to tell. Either it's going to be a shootout or Miami blows them out. I don't know which one.
Do you agree with that intentional grounding call on Joe Burrow?
Yeah, I mean he was in the pocket and there was nobody near. No eligible receiver even on the screen.
I mean, he was out of the pocket for like half a second. So now it's 2nd and 24. Back the pass, drops it off the screen, making a man miss, gets 3 yards. Would have been nice if the Browns defense could play it like that.
Not only that, even if you say he's out of the pocket, he still didn't get it to the line of scrimmage, so it'd still be grounding.
3rd and 22, I would assume you're probably going to be looking at a draw here or a pass over the middle to Jamar Chase or T. Higgins. Burrow back to pass, plenty of time, jumps it off. Jamar Chase doesn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage. The Bengals will have to punt.
Yeah, neither offense really to get anything going. And if you're a Giants fan watching this, I mean, if Daniel Jones doesn't throw that pick, you're probably tied at 7. So I think as Giants fan, you got to be pretty happy right now. You're in a position to win the game. As of right now, your defense is playing great. Other than a huge run you allowed to Joe Burrow, you're right there with them. You've shut them down offensively. And he's not completing passes and throwing the football very well right now. Just 6 of 11 for 49 yards. So outside of the one big play you allowed, playing pretty good. As the punt He'll be tackled at about the 17-yard line.
I will say, the Oregon Ohio State game didn't have a ton of playoff, implications on it because of the 12-team playoff. But this upcoming game here in about 3 weeks here, 3 weeks for Ohio State on November 2nd versus Penn State, that is by far going to be the biggest game of the year besides the Michigan game for Ohio State, playoff implications wise. And I'm just, not
for
saying
sure,
that.
without a doubt. Because I mean, if you lose that game, you're out of the playoff.
Unless you come back and you blow Indiana out of the water by like 50 and do the same thing in Michigan.
I think if you have 2 losses, you're out of the playoff.
Now, if it's a 1-point loss, that's a different story.
I don't think it matters how much you lose. You're in the Big Ten. They're gonna a 2-loss SEC team is getting in over Ohio State. If Tennessee finishes the year 11-2, Alabama finishes 11-2, they're in over Ohio State. Yeah,
Okay,
exactly. That one had huge playoff implications. Yeah, because now it forces Ohio State. They got to go into Penn State and get a win, or they're.
Well,
Yeah,
also,
I agree with Anthony on that one. I think that Oregon Ohio State game had huge playoff implications because it ensured the other team, the team that won, that they can lose a game.
Well, I will also say this Ohio State team reminds me a lot of the 2015 Ohio State team. You got a quarterback that's not extremely impressive at throwing, but good on the ground. You got a good running back pairing with obviously Junkins and Henderson. Then you had Zeke and J.K. Dobbins. Excuse me, not Dobbins, Mike Weber. That season, they went 11-1 after losing a Big Ten game to a very talented Michigan State team.
Daniel Jones putting his body on the line for a first down on that one. I said this Giants team, they've been able to move the football decently well for the most part in this game. As Jones going to dump that one underneath to Tracy, and he'll have a first down up to the 40.
Well, the one benefit for Ohio State, and I know this might sound crazy saying benefit, as Jones going deep down the sideline, incomplete. The one benefit for Ohio State, I know, like I said, I know this sounds crazy. The one good thing that came out of this game for Ohio State is that Jeremiah Smith has now shown that he can perform in big games.
Yeah, but I think I would have rather not known if he could perform in big games and be undefeated than have a loss to Oregon.
Well, the other thing you have to look at, you think it would be a bit easier on the Ohio State defense as well to go up against Penn State than Oregon. Not, and not to say that Penn State doesn't have a good offense. They're just not going to be nearly as explosive as the Oregon offense because they don't have a wide receiver core nearly as good as Oregon's. Nor a quarterback.
No, but I think Penn State runs a better scheme. I think Penn State runs a better scheme that creates explosive plays despite the lack of that. I think Penn State's offense is going to be harder to defend. Not only that, but they got Warren at tight end, who is a mismatch for everybody in the country.
Put Lathan Ransom on him. He shut down Brock Bowers for 3.5 quarters. So.
Yeah, but they're different types of players.
I can guarantee you one thing though. Ohio State's going to be headhunting against Nebraska.
Tracy on 2nd and 15 gets nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long for the Giants now.
Giants. Daniel Jones in the shotgun. Running back on his left hip. Takes the snap, back to pass, looking, stepping up. He's going to roll to his right, and he's going to take off, and he's well short of the first by about 6 yards. Now I will say quick, before I move on from the Ohio State talk and all that. Obviously, every single game is big for Ohio State. Now, Nebraska playing Indiana this weekend. That is another big game. Indiana trying to remain undefeated. Nebraska trying to keep proving themselves. As I believe Nebraska still only has one loss on the season. Correct me if I'm wrong. To Illinois. With this being Scarlet the Shoe, my guess is that probably would be a primetime game, you'd think, but knowing Fox, they'll probably put it on Big Noon Kickoff. If it is on Fox, because it's Scarlet the Shoe, and I'm not a fan of Scarlet the Shoe during the day, because it kind of just looks weird. It's just, this is, in my opinion, the worst possible scenario, because Nebraska, I believe, had a bye week last week as well. This is the worst possible scenario you want to be walking into if you're Nebraska going into Columbus to play Ohio State. Ohio State, coming off of a loss, has an extra week just to sit there and simmer on it, and then come out at home and face you guys with a crowd that's going to be electric because of the Scarlet Shoe.
Yeah, definitely be a tough time for Nebraska, but I still have my doubts about Ohio State. They've played one good team all year and they lost to them, and they haven't looked good against some of the weaker opponents. So, this stretch that they got coming up will show who they are. And it's not going to be easy for them, especially since they lost that one to Oregon. Now they have no choice but to win out, or they won't make the playoffs. But we're going to take a quick ad break. We'll be right back with you guys in just a moment.
I'm already back, so. All right, we are back. 6:19 left in a second. I will also say the one benefit for Ohio State is Iowa looked great the week after they beat Ohio State, which is a good thing if you're Ohio State. Burrow under center from his own 12. Takes the snap, hands it off. Brown up the middle for about 4. Burrow takes the snap, back to pass, looking. Pressure, gets it to Chase, to 25, Higgins to the 35 and knocked down at his own 39. T. Higgins. Should have started T. Higgins this week in fantasy. Dang it.
Yeah, it hasn't translated to the win column yet for the Bengals, but this offense has looked a lot better since T. Higgins has come back for them and started playing. I mean,
Sorry to cut you off again,
that game
but
against
that
the
pass.
Patriots was just terrible offensive play. They just looked awful in that game. So to get T. Higgins back for this team, like I said, hasn't translated in the win column yet for them, but it's making them look a lot better now.
What do you think about Drake May's first ever career start?
I think Drake May had a great first career start. I mean, it's not great throwing the 2 picks, but to put up the numbers he did, throw for 3 touchdowns, looked pretty good for the most part throughout the day. Only had 3 or 4 bad passes. I think that's huge for the Patriots, especially when you look at the weapons he's working with. Might be the worst receiving core in the NFL. And
I would
he's
argue that
playing
that's
with them. I
true.
think that was. I think that was a good. I think that was a good performance for him.
3rd and 5. Burrow. Take snap, back to pass from his own 45. Looking, pumping, still looking, firing down the middle of the field. Dropped by Jamar Chase. A rare drop. And a huge one at that. That basically sums up how the Bengals season has gone so far. Jamar Chase dropping that ball.
Yeah, pretty much.
The boot's away, and it'll be hauled in. No, it bounces, and it'll be touchdown at about the 10-yard line. So good find. Now, I will say, the good thing for Ohio State, I guess you could say, while we're on ad break here, is that you control your own destiny. It's not you are relying on other teams still. You are still able to control your own destiny yet. Now, I will say Ohio State has beat Penn State 8 years in a row. Last time Penn State won was 2015 at Penn State on that blocked field goal return for a touchdown. On that crazy play. So you would have
Anthony, why I'd love to see this bracket, but it will never happen. There will be, there guaranteed be more than, let's see, 1, two. Yeah, there'll be
6 and
way more.
9
There'll be at
play each
least
other,
four
right?
SEC teams in there.
Who
At
would the number 9 seed play?
least SEC, and I would say probably four Big Ten teams. Maybe more than that.
Angle don't cross the middle.
I
Complete.
just
30,
I
35, 40, 45, 50 down sideline,
That's not
45,
gonna
40,
happen.
35 and out of bounds.
But I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that bracket, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think
But
that
it's
they're gonna
coming
put
back.
more SEC teams in there than what they've got right now.
Slayton with the huge
But
catch all the way
that would be a
to
great
Cincinnati
bracket, a
35 on
great
last
matchup,
play.
and great engagement from the whole country for college football. I think that would be great. But I just don't see a world in which the playoff committee only put. Think about it. When there were four teams, they did everything they could to get two SEC teams in. Now with there being 12 teams, they'll definitely get more than two in. Yeah, I agree. I think there a lot of the SEC is going to end up with 10 wins, but they'll
I think
they'll find a way. They'll find a way. They'll say it's because of their resume, which is because they overranked all these teams. But they'll find a way to do it. Don't get it twisted. I mean, that's why we talked about it earlier. That's why Tennessee's still at 11. That's why Bama's still at 7. That's why Ole Miss ranked. That's why Missouri's still ranked. Ole Miss, I mean,
so as it runs
Texas,
on power
Tennessee,
rankings Sunday, I
Alabama,
got
and
Michigan
Tennessee.
State.
Tennessee shouldn't be in the top 15, and Alabama definitely shouldn't be in the top 10. I wouldn't even have them in the top 15. Lost to Vanderbilt, lost to South Carolina, two terrible SEC teams. Tennessee lost to Arkansas, another bad SEC team, and then should have lost to Florida. They got lucky in that one. And then you look at Missouri, got blown out by A&M, the only team they've played all year. Barely beat Vanderbilt. Then you look at Ole Miss, they've played literally nobody on the season except for the two teams that they've lost to. But they keep them ranked high so they can say, look here, well, these are the wins these teams have. That's what they do. I mean, they do it every year. They
It's
do it
called
every single
SEC
year.
favoritism. ESPN, they cover the SEC, and they have quite a bit of influence on these polls, mainly the playoff poll.
Yeah,
But
exactly. I mean, that's how it goes, and that's how it's going to go.
As long as ESPN covers the playoffs, obviously there's going to be SEC team in every year. But you knew when during the 14 playoff era, as long as ESPN was
Well, the
covering
problem is the committee has no rules. The committee has zero rules. And with the 14 playoff, their only rule was to pick the best four teams. It was set up intentionally. That way, it was set up intentionally. That way, they could pick and choose who they wanted to be in. With the 12-team playoff, now there's a little bit of rules. The conferences get these bids, but the rest of the teams, the only rule that they have is to pick the best teams to get in. That's it. Those are the only rules, is to pick the best. However, I think it's the 4 top seeds, so the best 8 teams in the playoff remaining. That's their only rule. And so it sets it up perfectly where they get to pick and choose and put in whatever teams they want. And that's what they're going to do. Whether you like it or not, they're going to put in whatever teams they want to put in. And it may not be the best teams. It may not be the most deserving teams. It's just going to be whoever's going to make them the most money. And that's who's going to go in. But we have reached the 2-minute warning, so we are going to take a quick break here as the Giants will be punting from their own 12-yard line when we return.
I mean, heck, it wouldn't surprise me if a 2-loss Tennessee team got in, even if they were highly overrated. All right, we are back here. Eli Manning in the house. Giants will boot it away. It'll be hauled in at the 45, and it'll be tackled at 46.
Yeah, so solid field position for the Bengals to start, and they have 2 timeouts. See if they can go get some points on the board before halftime, as no offense whatsoever outside of the first 2 drives for these teams.
I will say quick. Just Googled Ohio State football, see if I can get any update on Josh Simmons injury for Ohio State. One of the more highly regarded tackles coming into this draft. And Burrow sacked for a 2-yard loss. Reports by 11 Warriors. I don't know if you heard of them or not, but they're an Ohio State-based page, along with multiple other sources, claiming that Jack Sawyer, I'm sure you probably heard of him, Ohio State defense, and Jack Sawyer, among with others, shouting at the team after the game ticked off that they lost. So I don't know if that's true or not, but reports saying Jack Sawyer, among others, were yelling at the team in the locker room after the loss to Oregon. And keep in mind, Jack Sawyer's a captain of one of the captains for Ohio State. Burrow back to pass on 3rd and 4, looking, pumping, and he's sacked again. What happened?
And that's probably going to take us to the end of the half.
What happened to Thibodeau out of Oregon? I know he got drafted by the Giants, but I haven't heard a peep about him this season.
He's been doing pretty solid.
Did he change his number?
How about Ojulari with another sack? He's having quite the half here for the Giants. The Bengals just can't find an answer for him so far. They just have not been able to stop him whatsoever in this one. He's got 2 sacks. Thibodeau has 2 sacks on the season. I think he's might be injured though right now. Yeah, he's on the IR right now. Yeah, but he has 2 sacks on the year. He's been doing pretty solid. But yeah, he's on the IR. He got hurt against the Seahawks. Giants going for the block. They don't get home. And the punt is going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback with 21 seconds left. I'd imagine the Giants probably just going to kneel this one out. Take it to the half. I think you're all right being down just 7-0 here against the Bengals. And Daniel Jones will kneel it and take us to the half. So we're going to take a break, and we will be back with you guys for the start of the second half. We'll see you guys then. All right, we are back for the third as the Giants have the football, but they are going for it on 4th and 2, actually, from their own 38-yard line. Daniel Jones throws it incomplete. He had a man open, instead threw it to the wrong guy, and it's going to be incomplete. The Bengals take over at the 38-yard line.
All right, I am back as well.
So good job from the Bengals defense there. As Slayton was, I believe that was Slayton, was wide open on the out route to the left, and Jones never looked at him. 3 or 4 yards past the sticks had him wide open, and he never looked. The Moss will get 2 on first down.
That's getting blown out of the water. Somebody put up something on a tweet and they go, "Who scores first, the Mets or the Giants?"
Huh. Yeah. Burrow finds Chase first down. Yeah, I'm hoping for a Mets Yankees World Series. My team, the Braves, was out, so I was like, screw it. The Subway Series is one of the coolest things in baseball. I'm gonna cheer for that.
Oh, did you see that? Did you see the Oregon player that spit on the Ohio State player?
I didn't see it, but I heard about it. I saw that he was ejected for it.
He spat on David Igbenogson.
As the ball's loose and the Giants have the football, first down, New York.
Maybe they'll score first.
Well, didn't that work out good for Dable and the New York Giants as they did get the fourth down, but they forced the turnover, and the Giants are going to gain possession at their own 21-yard line. And again, that's Ojulari getting in there in the mix. He forces the fumble. And then let's see. I didn't quite see who fell on it. Maybe Dexter Lawrence. Nah, I can't see who.
Probably Brian Burns.
No, it's a white guy.
That's one way to describe him.
As the Giants will get the football back. But we're going to take a quick break for ad, and we will be right back with you guys as the Giants look to get some offense going and try and tie this football game up. All right, so we are back on the first play. There goes Tracy, and he's going to have a 9-yard gain. First, close to a first down for the Giants.
Did you see what I texted you
Bring up
about
the second
the
down and 1.
Tennessee game?
Pass for Slayton, incomplete. What was that?
Did you see what I texted you about the Tennessee game this Saturday?
I probably won't be able to do any this Saturday. I'll be at Clemson, Virginia. But I might be able to. I'm not sure yet. As might have potentially been pass interference on the second down play. Britt got there just a tad early, but I don't mind him keeping that one in the pocket. On 3rd and 1, Daniel Jones just going to push ahead, and he'll have a first down.
So in between plays here quick, I'm going to have to head out since I have school tomorrow. But I only have a 4-day week this week, so I have Friday off. So probably have work Friday, so probably won't be able to cover any games Friday though. But hopefully we'll be able to do the podcast this week. But other than that, I am probably going to go ahead and tune off because I got to get to bed. I may hang around and chat for a little bit. I don't know yet. But
all right, man. Well, I appreciate you jumping in with me.
As I said before, go sub to Lincoln. He has Best Football Channel on YouTube. Once again, it means a lot for me to be on here with them. And I'll catch you all next time.
Yep, for sure. Appreciate you coming on. And I'll put Michael's link in the chat here at the next ad break, so that way you guys can go subscribe to him as well over at the College Football Podcast. It's Tracy on 3rd down and 2, and he's going to get stopped. So do the Giants go for it on 4th and 2 from their own 40-yard line again? We'll see. Dable looking at the play sheet. As it looks like the headset for Dable went out, but they're lined up to go for it again, and they're going to have to call a timeout. They couldn't get the play in. Trey Hendrickson versus Andrew Thomas entering this drive. 14 of 15 matchups were one-on-one. Hendrickson has 2 pressures and a sack on him tonight. This is a good matchup right here. Best offensive lineman for the Giants versus the best D lineman for the Bengals. As looks like the Giants offense is staying out there. And they are 4th and 2 from their own 40-yard line. Can they get a conversion here? They're going to run a quick option. They give it to Tracy. He's going to have a first down. Up to the 44. Great play call there for the Giants. As they give it to Tracy on first down, and he'll pick up about 2. About the 46. And a first down on the quick throw for the Giants, but there is a flag down. Let's see who the flag is on. And they pick up the flag. Say there's no foul for an eligible receiver downfield. And it'll be first down New York. They're up past midfield. A nice run there. We'll pick up 6. Be second down and 4. Daniel Jones off of play action looking. Throws it, just threw that one away. There was nothing really working in the area of Slayton. Nothing really worked there much. So 3rd and 4 here for New York. That one's complete to Slayton, but he's going to be short by about a yard. 4th and 1, I mean, I would imagine you're going for it at the Cincinnati 35. Yeah, for sure, man. And there is his channel, Ohio State Hype Videos, right there. Go subscribe to Michael. I know, crazy. It's almost been a year. Glad to have you on, man. It's been a lot of fun. As 4th and 1, they give it to Tracy, and he's going to have a first down to the 31. So 1st and 10 now. The Giants 2 for 2 on 4th down conversions on this drive. Jones, the quarterback keeper, he'll pick up 5 down to the 25. They'll give it to Tracy, and he's going to have a first down to the 19-yard line, and he almost got free. Might have took that one to the house. To the end zone, looking for Slayton. Incomplete, but they're going to get pass interference. Slayton looks injured, but this is going to put the ball on the 2-yard line for the Giants. Or it'll be the 1-yard line. So first and goal from the 1. They give it to Tracy, and he's in. Touchdown, Giants. What a drive for the Giants as they move the ball down the field, converting twice on fourth down. Tracy was the big man of the drive. 16 plays, 79 yards. Just wore this defense out for the Bengals. And just a great play, great job from Tracy to fight his way into the end zone for 6. And the extra point is up and good. We're tied. Greg Joseph ties us at 7. The Giants have some life here. That defense has not given up anything. And maybe this is what the offense needed to spark them. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys as the Giants have tied it up, and they'll be kicking off to the Bengals, see if that offense can respond and give that defense a break when we get back. All right, so we are back as the Giants kick it off, and it's going to be out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Bengals will take over at their own 30-yard line. We'll see if Burrow in this offense can get going again. Burrow in this game just 10 of 16 for 96 yards. He's also the leading rusher with 2 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown. Outside of that big play, this team has had no offense at all. T. Higgins, leading receiver for him, 4 catches, 48 yards. I mean, neither team has had very much offense. Daniel Jones, 12 of 24, 108 yards and a pick. 7 carries, 44 yards. He's their leading rusher. And then Tracy, the leading receiver, 4 catches for 43 yards. I mean, they just don't have much go. Neither team much going offensively, and we're deadlocked to 7 here with 5:48 to go in the third. As 1st and 10, play action, Burrow looking to pass, getting pressured a little bit now, having to roll around. He's going to throw one deep, looking for Chase, and that's going to be caught past midfield up to the 37-yard line of the Giants. And there's a big play. Maybe this will get this Bengals offense rolling. Burrow scrambling around, pulled that safety away, and freed up Jamar Chase. So now 1st and 10 at the 37 of the Giants. Again, play action. Burrow gets it to Higgins, who is going to have about a 5-6 yard gain on first down. It'll bring up 2nd down for the Bengals. They'll give him 6 yards. So 2nd and 4 from the Giants 31. So 2nd down and 4. Burrow, the little shovel pass to Chase, and he's going to have a first down to about the 21 of the Giants, about a 10-yard gain, and the Bengals offense seemed to be getting a little bit of a rhythm here. So Burrow going to throw it out wide to Chase Brown, and he's going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll give him about a half-yard gain on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 10 here for the Bengals. So 2nd and 9, Burrow looking, going to dump it off underneath. And they're going to get it close to a first down. There is a flag come flying in here. We'll see what that's about. So they pick up the flag, said no horse collar on the play. And the Bengals will have it 1st and goal just inside the 10. Burrow looking, throwing end zone short. Had a man open, just left it a little bit short for him. Have any thoughts on how Cincinnati can get the offense going? I mean, everything they've been doing, short, quick passes, just getting the ball out quick. A lot of catch and run opportunities is the way to go about it, and that's what they've been doing. It's been working good for them. So 2nd goal, just inside the 10-yard line now. They throw a quick throw to T. Higgins, and he's going to fight his way down to about the 2-yard line. Mark it at the 1. So 3rd and goal now from the 1-yard line here for Cincinnati. So Sam Hubbard in the game, and he's reported as eligible. Third and goal from the 1. The give to Chase Brown, and he's in. Touchdown. But there is a flag. And they get the offense for holding. Yeah, good call there. I mean, just grabbed his man by the arm and just kind of put him on the ground. So 3rd and goal from the 11 now. Giants bring 4. Burrow getting pressured. Ojulari about at him again. And it's the big man from Clemson, Dexter Lawrence, getting the sack back at the 19. Dexter Lawrence with his 7th sack of the year. The defensive tackle with 7 sacks. How about that? Ojulari about at him. Dexter Lawrence gets there and puts him away. And McPherson on kick a 37-yard field goal now. So the kick is up and right down the middle and good. The Bengals take a 10-7 lead over the Giants. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with you guys to see if this Giants offense can respond. So we are back, and the kick is away, and it'll be a touchback. So Slayton was cleared. He's back in the game now. That's big for the Giants. As they are, I forgot they're out. They're without Neighbors in this game. It's a 14-yard gain there on first down. And that'll set the Giants up as we're under 30 seconds to go here in the third, closing in on the fourth quarter. We'll see if the Giants snap it for another play. As Daniel Jones 5 wide, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. And in motion, Tracy joins him in the backfield now. And they just tried to draw the Bengals off sides. They'll take it to the fourth quarter where they will come back. They'll have the ball at their own 45-yard line. Let's see. My favorite Clemson team of all time. I'd say 2016 Clemson. Because I got to watch them go win a national championship. It was our first one since '81. Probably my favorite team. Just a lot of great guys on that team. Deshaun Watson, Wayne Gallman, Jordan Leggett, Mike Williams on the defense. You had Christian Wilkins, Dexter Lawrence, who we just saw get a big sack earlier in this one. Cleveland Farrell, Ben Boulware, just great dudes all over the field. Love that team. Love that team. Yeah, beat Ohio State. Was that? I think that was the year 31-0. I think it was that year. But yeah, beat Ohio State that year. Then beat Alabama and one of the better national championship games. I would say that one, and the one where actually the next year where Tua took over for Jalen Hurts against Georgia, and then the one where Georgia beat Bama in 21 were probably the three best national championship games. And honestly, the one that Clemson lost to Alabama the year before, probably the four best. Those order them somehow. Those are the top four national championship games, just for like a general viewer, somebody who isn't cheering for a team, just from a pure entertainment standpoint. How did I become a Packers fan? My dad was a Packers fan, or is a Packers fan. So that's how I started liking the Packers. So we're gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back with you guys in just a moment. So Jones on the second down, he's going to be just short of a first down, bring up a 3rd down and 1. Third and a yard to give to Tracy. He stopped at the line of scrimmage. Might have lost half a yard. So another 4th down and short. What's Dable going to do? Looking at that play sheet, I think they're going again, and I don't blame him. So 4th down and 1. Jones, he got it. First down, Giants. 3 for 4 on these 4th downs, and the one that they didn't get, they forced a fumble just a few plays later, and that started their touchdown drive. So 1st and 10. Jones going to drop it underneath to Tracy, and he's going to have a first down, I would think. They're going to mark him just a little bit short, maybe. We'll see where they mark it. It's close. I think he got it. So they're going to call it 2nd and inches. And Daniel Jones is going to go straight up the middle. And he'll have it easily. Pickup of about 3 down to the Cincinnati 33-yard. Yeah, I have to work during both of those games. I won't be able to do them. I will be able to do Tuesday, though. Empty backfield for Jones. As he's going to dump it underneath to Tracy again. I mean, he's been the guy for him. 14 carries for 36 yards. Been a little tough running the football, but he has 6 catches for 57 yards. He's been the guy, and he has a touchdown as well on the ground. Eric Gray in as the back. Play action to him. Jones hit as he threw that one behind his man. Jalen Hyatt was the intended receiver. So 3rd and 5, Giants in field goal range right now. Last thing you want right here is a sack. 37 to go in the 4th. Jones over the middle. That was batted down. B.J. Hill knocked that one to the turf. Might have been intercepted had he not, honestly. Wandale Robinson, the intended receiver. So 4th and 5, what is Dable going to do? I would imagine he probably kicked a field goal to try and tie it. You're on the 28. And, yeah, they will send the kicker out. 47 yard field goal. So Greg Joseph on to kick this one. The kick is up, and it curved to the left. No good. So the Bengals will hold on to that 3-point lead for now. We'll see if the Giants defense can stop them here and get the football back, try and go do something with it. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys in just a moment. All right, so we're back 1st and 10, Cincinnati. The handoff to Brown. He's going to pick up about 4, maybe 5. So 2nd and 5 now. Jamar Chase lined up in the backfield to the right of Burrow, Brown to the left. Burrow was looking for him. He wasn't open. T. Higgins was open down the field, and he will have it up past midfield for a first down. All 7s for T. Higgins tonight. 7 targets, 7 catches for 77 yards. He's been the receiver for them tonight. Jamar Chase, 5 catches, 72 yards. Burrow on the day, 17 to 24, 179 yards, and had that 47-yard rushing touchdown. Burrow off play action, almost sacked, and just had to throw it at the feet of his tight end. Patrick Johnson getting in there, making some noise. As T. Higgins taking getting taken a look taken at him over on the sideline to check on him after that hit over the middle. It's a second down 10. Burrow dropping back. Throws it to Chase Brown, and he just gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So 3rd and 10 now. Can the Giants defense get a stop? Burrow got nailed. The pass is incomplete. Burns with a huge hit on him. And that is going to force a Cincinnati punt. Yeah, for sure, Michael. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. Glad to watch all of this. So the punt is away. The Giants will take over at their own 8:06 to go in the fourth. When we get back, gotta take a quick break. Right back with you guys in just a moment. All right, so we're back. The Giants down 3. Daniel Jones looking to throw, and he's got Slate to the 25. First down. 15-yard gain. Burrow still in the tent after a hard hit. Jake Browning would be the backup. As he finds Slayton again up close to another first down, I think he's going to be about a half yard short as Burrow out of the tent now. And Daniel Jones straight up the middle. You knew it was coming on second inches. He has a first down. Under 7 minutes to go. "20 first downs for the Giants today. They just have not been able to complete drives. As Jones gets it to Wan'Dale Robinson for about a 6-7 yard gain. Giants almost up to 300 yards of offense. The ball for 30 minutes in this game, yet just have not been able to complete drives. And for the Bengals, I would like them to see them get back to the run game here on their next drive. If even if they're down, now granted how much time's left, but I mean they've had good success on the ground. 14 carries for 88 yards. Now 47 of those on one run. As a deep pass looking for Jalen Hyatt, incomplete. Hyatt wanted the flag, saying his shoulder was being held, but good coverage there from Cam Taylor-Britt. He did hold his arm just a little bit there, but they're letting them play, so I'm good with the no call. It hasn't been called all game. They're letting them fight back and forth a little bit, and Jalen Hyatt definitely using his hands a little bit too on that one, so I'm okay with it. 3rd and 3. They give to Tracy, and he's got a big play up across midfield down inside the Bengals 45 down to the 43, and that is where the Giants will set up a first down and 10 at. Logan Wilson blit, and he hit the wrong gap. And it was just open from there for Tracy. They give it to him again, and he's going to find a couple yards, about 3.5 down to the 40. Tracy, a strong game for him. As Gray is in as the running back now. Jones going to get it out quick. And it's going to be close to another first down. Going to be short. Going to be about a 3rd down and 1. As Hodgins with the catch, his first catch of the night for 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 2 from the Bengals 35. It'd be a 52-yarder from here if the Giants decide to kick. They missed a 47-yard field goal on their last drive that would have tied us at 10. We're under 4 to play. Giants have 2 timeouts. Bengals with 3. With a 3rd down and 2, they give it to Tracy, and he slipped. He slipped, and he lost about half a yard on that one. So the offense going to stay on the field. Joseph will stay put on the sideline. Robinson in motion. Three wide receivers to the right, one to the left. Tracy in the backfield. Jones looking to pass over the middle. Incomplete. DJ Turner breaks that one up. And the Giants don't convert. So the Bengals will get the football back. And you would think 2 first downs will pretty much put this game away and secure a win for Cincinnati. But we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be right back with you guys for the closing moments of Sunday Night Football. So 1st and 10 for Cincinnati from their own 36-yard line. Giants with 2 timeouts to give to Chase Brown on 1st down, and he's going to lose about 3 yards. Brian Burns with a big hit there. We'll bump him back to about the 34, 33-yard line. So on 2nd down and 12, Giants haven't called a timeout yet. Under 2.5 to go. This will be the last play before the 2-minute warning, unless the Giants use a timeout. Gives it to Brown, and again, he's going to lose yards. Brian Burns again, and Ojulari getting in there. 2 big games from them. This D-line for the Giants has played great. Burns made a lot of plays. Ojulari been making a lot of plays. Dexter Lawrence had the sack. So the Giants will call a timeout with 2:12 to go. It's going to be 3rd and 12 when we get back. If the Bengals get a 1st down here, that'll pretty much wrap this game up. So 3rd down and 12. Burrow alone in the backfield. They're going to throw it. He's dropping the pass. He's looking. He's getting pressured. Burns chasing him. He throws it down the field, and it's caught. The tight end, Yoshivash, wide open for a 30-yard gain, and that one might put the game away. But he did get out of bounds, so with 2:05, they will have to run the first down play. Still chance for the Giants as the pitch to Chase Brown, and he fumbled. The Giants have no, they don't. It got out of bounds. Giants with 2 shots to jump on the football, they couldn't do it, and it went out of bounds. So we've hit the 2-minute warning, a minute 58 to go. The Giants with 1 timeout, and this game is pretty much over at this point. The Giants may get a chance back at it, but the Bengals are basically in field goal range at this point as well. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys in just a moment. Wow, since 2018, the Giants are 1-9 in primetime home games. That is the worst in the NFL. And the Jets, who also play at MetLife, are like 2-9, something like that. But I think tied for third worst in the NFL since 2018. So the Bengals now 2nd down and 3, a minute 58 to go. So the Bengals going to take a timeout after trying to draw the Giants offside. Interesting. The Bengals all time have won one game scoring 10 or fewer points. As Chase Brown, and he's gone. He's going to score a touchdown. And that pretty much puts the Giants away. Offensive rookie, either Daniels or Neighbors. Now it hurts that Neighbors has missed a game. I think he led the league in receptions, actually. I would have those two guys. Defensive rookie, I would have to look at the stats a lot more to really figure out a good answer for that one. I haven't really kept up with the stats on that one a whole lot. If I had to go right now, I would probably say Jared Verse, but not confidently. I mean, he's been the rookie that's been talked about the most. He's been the guy that's been talked about most. You hear his name most often, as far as defensive rookies go for the Rams. So I'd probably say Verse. There's some other guys who are potential. But I would say Verse. Now, as far as just defensive player of the year, right now I would say Xavier McKinney. I mean, he's got a pick in every game. I don't know if he got one today. I didn't see anything, so I would assume he probably didn't. Figure that had to come to an end soon. Figured that one had to have come to an end soon. So I don't think he got one today just because I didn't hear anything about it. But I mean, just a great so far for him. No, he didn't get one today. But yeah, I mean, 5 interceptions, 6 pass deflections, like that's some serious numbers. Either him, I mean, maybe Dexter Lawrence. He's got 7 sacks as a defensive tackle. That's impressive. 7 sacks already as a defensive tackle. So, but yeah, so those are my picks there. For those, as the kickoff is out the back of the end zone, it'll be a touchback. The Giants will take over at their own 30 with 1:52 to go here. They still hold on to 1 timeout, so possible. Yeah, TJ Watt would be the other one for Defensive Player of the Year. Throw in that conversation. Hutchinson as well, before the injury, obviously injured now. He probably won't be returning this year, so he's not going to win it. But he was up there in the conversation for it. Yeah, I think Lamar's on track to win back-to-back MVPs. He's looked great. So Jones steps up, throws, and that one was batted. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 now. Yeah, BJ Hill, great performance from him tonight. He's been lining up 2 or 3 deflections now for him. Had some pressures. And Hendrickson gets there for his second sack of the night. The Giants call timeout with 1:35 to go. So they changed the clock, put a minute 41 on it, add 6 seconds. So 3rd and 16. Jones looking deep, and that one's broken up. It was intended for Hyatt, but there is going to be a flag thrown. It's going to be pass interference to give the Giants a first down. So a little bit of life here for them. 1:36 to go. Yeah, Taylor Britt got there just a little bit early, jumping over Hyatt. So 1st and 10 now at the 41. Their own 41 for the Giants. As Jones dropping back over the middle, finds Robinson for a first down to the 45. They're hurrying up, probably going to spike it here. Yeah, they spike it with 1:21 on the clock. 2nd down and 10 for them from the Cincinnati 44. The Dodgers beat the Mets tonight 9-0. So big win for the Dodgers there. New York fans not very happy tonight. As Jones looking to throw, sideline, finds it. Theo Johnson. He'll get about 7. Then he'll get out. There's a Mets fan. He's got the Giants jersey underneath, the Mets jersey on over it. And they showed him on TV. The Bengals fan in front of him turned around and saw the Mets jersey, and he goes, "They lost, bro." How about Flaherty, though? And this one's 7 innings pitched. Only allowed 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Big game for him. Mets couldn't touch him. So 3rd and 3, Jones finds Slayton. And he's going to get tackled inbounds. That'll keep the clock rolling, but a nice pickup for him and a first down. I would imagine a spike here. They will clock it with 56 seconds to go. So the Giants are going to kick a 45-yard field goal and then try and get the onside kickback, which is smart because they're going to need a field goal anyways. So then you can get the onside and try for Hail Mary. And Joseph's kick is up, and that one's no good. Wide left as well, so that's the game. Both of them looked good until the very end. As Burrow will kneel it down on first down. One more kneel down, and that'll be the game. And there it is. That's the ball game. The Bengals win 17-7. They snapped the longest current NFL streak. They had allowed 10-plus points in 75 straight games. Longest streak in the NFL gets snapped tonight. Only give up 7 to the Giants, who had 2 missed field goals. They were pretty good offensively. They just could never finish drive. 309 yards, 24 first downs. Only 1 turnover. They just couldn't finish the drives off, and that's what ultimately ended up hurting them. But, yep, so they come up short. They lose this one 17-7. But that's going to wrap up the stream. We appreciate everybody who stayed with us. And we're going to, I think, be live Tuesday night. We'll have college football for you. We'll have some college football predictions coming out tomorrow. So make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check all of that out. So that way you don't miss anything. But we appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you guys next time.